This is Krista, and I am checking in to tell you about day 3 of my bike ride from New Jersey to Idaho. And if you'll notice, I'm sitting in the exact same spot as I was for my last video because I'm a little bit behind, so I'm doing 2 right now to catch up. So sorry that I haven't been able to check in a while with the videos. I was having just a little bit of phone problems. Actually, I realized that the phone I had been using was no longer charging, and that's kind of terrible when you're about to start a bike journey across the United States and you need your phone to navigate. But thankfully, my mom was actually set to meet us all in Harrisburg. You'll notice she keeps popping up. She met us in Philadelphia, she's meeting us in Harrisburg, so she was able to bring generously her phone, which she gave to me, and she's excited to get a new phone. So this is me filming on a new phone, and I won't always have service, but hopefully when I do, I'll be able to upload more videos. So, day 3, Reading, Pennsylvania to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Definitely the toughest bike ride yet so far. There have only been 3 days, but it was the toughest because of the heat. And it was the longest too. It was only a few miles longer than the first day, just over 65 miles, maybe between 65 and 70. So the riders were myself, my father, Pat, and Alex, and we did actually get to ride on about 20 miles of trail during the day. It was nice. We used a route we found on Ride with GPS. And it wasn't as hilly as we expected, so that was actually really nice. But it was still hot, which is what made it so tough. The most exciting part of the story actually occurs once we arrive in Harrisburg and were welcomed enthusiastically, both by the couple who hosted us on their warm showers that I found on warmshowers.org. So shout out to Tracy and Teresa, thank you so much. And then additionally, Tracy and Teresa took us on down to Recycle Bicycle Harrisburg, where we got to meet Ross, who is the enthusiastic, vibrant, go-getter leader of the nonprofit bicycle space, their Recycle Bicycle Harrisburg. So they are basically squatting in this building in Harrisburg. I think Ross has been in communication with the owner of the building, but yeah, they don't own the space, they're not renting it. They operate on pretty much sounds like a non-existent budget. It sounds like they don't have any costs. Ross was telling us a little bit about this. He gave us a tour of the shop, and was just telling us, yeah, about how the spirit of Recycle Bicycle Harrisburg is to recycle and reuse absolutely everything on the bicycle and related to the bicycle. So for an example, if you see the racks that go on the back of people's bicycles with car seats for children to ride, the car seat is made out of plastic and just isn't always able to be reused, but on the bottom of that is a rack that's standard for any bicycle. So that's just one example that they'll take off the seat and use the rack to put it on people's bikes for racks. But yeah, pretty much everything in the shop, everyone in the shop has that spirit to reuse everything they possibly can. This is all to save costs and just to be as savvy as possible at getting as many bikes out on the road as possible for people to ride. So Recycle Bicycle Harrisburg serves both an adult and a children population in Harrisburg. So people who are graduating from prison, this is the term that Ross likes to use because it sounds a lot better. So they often need transportation to get to work, and so they can volunteer in the shop, do pretty much a work trade program. So I think in like $10 and $20 increments, amounts of time to volunteer to get a bicycle. And the reason that Ross asks them to volunteer is so that they one, learn how to fix their bike so they can maintain it and come back and fix it in the future rather than letting it fall apart and deteriorate, and two, so they become more invested in their bicycle so they take care of it in the future. And this is the spirit both for adults and for children in the shop. And there is a huge population in need of bicycles in Harrisburg, and people come from all over the city to Ross's shop, which isn't in the nicest part of the city, but still draws people. And so Ross, I was just flabbergasted at the amount of bicycles that Ross gave away the evening we were there. So when we came, it was actually a kids bike giveaway evening, and so when we arrived, there's a family from Egypt who was there getting their bicycle, and many other families also came throughout the time that Ross was giving the tour. So as he was telling me about the shop, he would be asked a question and would be quickly called away, and he would answer it and then come back and keep on talking, and just was able to do so many things at once, and it was incredible. Just the efficiency with which he knew everything that was going on, and was able to get it all done. I also have actually it's not on my phone, but a video to upload because I was warmly welcomed with a surprise megaphone experience. I had emailed Ross ahead of time to let him know I was coming, just to see if he'd be there, to see if I could talk with him, and so he set up a little donation jar for me and my ride, and I will take all the money that was donated very generously from the people who were there that evening and take it to the next bicycle co-op that I'm going to, which is in Pittsburgh. And Ross also introduced me on the megaphone and handed it to me, so I could say a few words. And so it was really just a tremendously motivating and warming experience to see what was going on in that shop, and to be welcomed by them and to be sent off with encouragement for all the other shops that I will visit. So huge thank you to Ross and to all of his volunteers. The whole shop is volunteer run. Ross himself is not a paid employee. It's his brainchild that he now runs. Him and his dedicated volunteers. So thank you to all of them for the hard work that they're doing. Thank you to all of you for watching this video and supporting these bicycle nonprofits and bicycle cooperatives. And keep checking in, have fun, and keep riding. Thanks.